back heads look just like me. The flow a gift like Patriot, St. Maurice. That's charitable, these lands inheritable. Reversion of the state inevitable. So stop these sheep, I'm on the plane out of your reach. And I ain't talking Delta seats. All metaphysics with a well-blended civics. We caliphs, not lieutenants. This God is jealous like Musa Ben said. True Ali revelation, Nuke Moors is here. Displaying the art. Khalifa society, make sure y'all. Moorish master MC, also a grand chief, delectable Negro, barbecue and the clan meet. See me in my fans, won't mistake me for black man. I'm colored, might assume I'm a Masonic brother. Brown chronic lover, either roll or edible supper. Vibrate at a high rate, turn to a dimension jumper. Hit the soul plane, quick build with the prophet. Get back to the earth plane, dismissed on the docket. Magistrate lane, environment janitor, bring the comment. No bond paid, temple gets a deposit. Sketch not composite, left no witness, left blue on the litmus. Get altitude sickness, so high on your head. Whenever I spit this, I'm the type to forget, so you get no forgiveness. Business is strictly like Eric and Parrish. Moreno is my status if you're speaking in Spanish. Man or manish when I draw from the chalice. Looking like the paintings of Arabs. Tiger head rug in the palace, accepting your challenge. Final glove slap since you thought I was average. Carried by 1,000 scarabs over the hot sand. Last name comes from Moors that rule Scots land. Black or Moors you thought Elizabeth got banned. True Ali name known again was not planned. Try to call me Indian, no that will not stand. Forget to say the prayer, now I feel I'm in Copland. Forgot the amethyst, start rubbing on stone shaman. Cause a glitch in the matrix, stop feds from charging. Body frozen walking past, the eyes enlarging. With a ray gun like Marvin Martian. That's all folks when we activate carbon. End it all like arson, or your face on a carton.
I'm a Moorish American man, national. 360 degrees is added to my arsenal. Like a carpenter, got me building temples, but mentally noble Jew, I lead the measure and stick your activities. I came here to predicate, change the negativity. Precisely, my purpose is to uplift humanity. So why you mad at me? Cause you know I'm a more 2,000 years with the prophet like I've been here before. Go ahead and diss the prophet cause you're so immature. When justice come knock at your door, bodies will get the floor. Like a fofo, puzzle your brain just like a jigsaw. Moofy cut the head off and did we play ping pong? Looking through the peephole cause you hear the ding dong. I don't sing songs, I'm the champ with no rings on. Concrete jungle gives a fuck about King Kong. I'm ready to go and when I die I scream out yeehaw like Kid John. Cause my last words would be Islam. What up more? My higher self is keeping me this calm.
That anyway, man. 95s, right? But where these
But you're acting like it's something else, the big and over law. But you really need to study self. All law is Allah and I don't need nothing else. Hating on the Moors, but the reason is you hate yourself. Learn how to love instead of hate. Stitches get stitches, and I can smell it 30 miles away. The game is to play, not to get played. So you better play your cards right or get blazed. That's me, I'm a Mufti, I tell you in writing. If I tell you in the flesh, guarantee you won't like it. I'm fearless, I'm humble, but I strike like lightning. Intelligence heightened, others is frightened. In-house fighting.
that anyway, man. 95s, right? But where these...
but you're acting like it's something else. The begging over law, but you really need to study self. All law is our log, and I don't need nothing else. Hating on the Moors, but the reason is you hate yourself. Learn how to love instead of hate. Stitches get stitches, and I can smell the dirty miles away. The game is to play, not to get played. So you better play your cards right or get blazed. That's me, I'm a movie. I tell you in writing. If I tell you in the flesh, guarantee you won't like it. I'm fearless, I'm humble, but I strike like lightning. Intelligence heightened, others is frightened. In-house fighting, if that's love, I'm not liking. I know it's not. You never met a lie because your heart is not the purest spot. Love, truth, peace, freedom and justice. Spread love the same way I spread that mustard.
A man of peace, yet I'm ready for war. Law of nature, why be black? Melanation mean more. History, know your roots before eating the fruit. Muslim, understanding love, be noble and true. A man of peace, yet I'm ready for war. Law of nature, why be black? Melanation mean more. History, know your roots before eating the fruit. Muslim, understanding love, be noble and true.
Bring you out of darkness in a marvelous light like Drew Ali. I be with the nobles you see of me in Greek. I'm about to take you under the sea to see what the mer's made in waters with mermaids. Turn the page, that's a paper cut. I let them tape it up. Cause our nationality they try to keep from us. Let the heater up, because it's wartime. I know you see the light when the more shine. Scimitar swinging at your neck. I know I've been taught to forgive, not forget. While y'all were playing checkers, we were all playing chess. It probably ain't safe, even if you got a vest. So you better cook correct like a spell check. I am more, nothing less. We up next and forever, searching for Gilgamesh's treasure. Word to John Bay, you know that it's whatever.
A man of peace, yet I'm ready for war. Law of nature, why be black? Melanation mean more. History, know your roots before eating the fruit. Muslim, understanding love, be noble and true. A man of peace, yet I'm ready for war. Law of nature, why be black? Melanation mean more. History, know your roots before eating the fruit. Muslim, understanding love, be noble and true.
Talking Google, my utterance is horizontal strays. Argumentative tone penetrate like gamma rays. Come from a different follicle, I sprout a better grain. These dudes are stuck in analog, it's time to upgrade. The digital was pivotal when I get literal. Scratch off the cereal so I can blank out. Mr. Imperial rank is out. Looking for the opposition, call that operation, clear them out. He's en route, on star embedded in my cerebellum. At my destination where we engage is where they dwelling. To the paramedic spatula, scrape them up, flip them on the stretcher, grilled cheese and guts. That's craft single tactics, my views is galactic. But I just landed so you can grasp this. Now it's back to the space station for reflection. Up here, no perception, I'm the best, no exception. When I talk, change complexion. Yeah, my lines is heat, so when I speak, there might be Pyrex protection.
A man of peace, yet I'm ready for war. Law of nature, why be black? Melanation mean more. History, know your roots before eating the fruit. Muslim, understanding love, be noble and true.
Man, I line the truth. See what I'm saying? That after today, we don't have to worry about niggas propaganding us to bite into another 400 years of fuck shit about fake identities. We don't have to do that no more. See what I'm saying? We don't have to do that no more. And that's always a good thing. We got to get this started now. As you see right here, it don't look good for the home team, all those people who believe that they're more. We're going to give them a first shake at the deal, man. We got some slides we'll run through with a presentation on it. And, you know, we're going to leave it up to the people to decide if it's real or not. You know, I know for a certainty that we ain't Moors in the sense of the word about what we try to say what it means. Do that mean that nobody that was African or sub-Saharan African had any type of family relation? Of course not. We mixed with everybody, but at the same token, that wasn't us. So look at here. This right here is a...
So hold on. So we agree we're mixed with everybody. We agree that we're mixed with everybody. But this one identity, our people don't want to gravitate to. You told me that's not witchcraft? You told me that's not sorcery? just said it out of his own mouth. We're everybody. So if you're everybody, which means nobody's excluded, if you're everybody, which means nobody excluded, how are you not Moors? You can go through, check Noble Drew Ali's literature. He said we're descendants of African. He said we're Canaanites. He said we're Moabites. He said we're Moorish American. He said we're American citizen. He said we're everything. And he also put more in there. But then these people today are trying to convince you that you're everything but Moors.
Abraham Lincoln before he was president. It's a cold game, man. It says in the, the Moors always talk about the law. Learn the laws, learn the codes, learn this, learn that. In the law, it don't support them, man. I don't know what the fuck they be reading. I think y'all, like in church back in the day, I think y'all asleep watching these videos. Make sure it's what the...
Just let them talk. They kill themselves. And all we're doing is pointing out our people killing themselves so you can get on the home team. But you don't want to hear what we're saying. You want to talk about we're going against our brothers and all this. These people are traitors. Anybody telling you about Abraham Lincoln and Dungy case and trying to convince you that you're not a Moor when this case is proof that we're Moors, you probably have to just go put the barrel in your mouth or go jump over a bridge or something. Because you're useless to us. If that's your mindset. You might as well be a zombie. Just put your neck up, get bit, turn to a zombie, and just go stumbling into trees and walking through bushes and stuff like that. You're not fit to have anything to do with civilization. If you're claiming you're not a Moor, but you're everything else. And if you're trying to use law, and of all the law out there to talk crazy about Moors, you're going to bring up Abraham Lincoln case? All right.
The fuck you say they say it is? Because actually, most of the time it's not. Y'all under a fucking spell. Wake the fuck up. In the law, there is a clear distinction. You know what I'm saying? There's a clear distinction.
Oh yeah, and since we're beating people's ass right now, let me ask you something. Let me ask you a question. Right? Let's see if these people really are agents, if these people are sent, or if they're really about liberating our people. We're talking about anybody on here, and we're going to use this individual as an example. Right? So, Prophet Sorrow, right, all these people claiming to be prophet when there's only one prophet, Noble Drew Ali, no one else. Anyone else claiming prophet is a fraud. Noble Drew Ali is the first one to claim he's a prophet. No one else claimed they're a prophet except Noble Drew Ali. So Drew Ali told these Moors he's a prophet. But here comes Prophet with his 18 subscribers. 18 subscribers. Now you tell me these people aren't sent? Now how does somebody with 18 subscribers have a video with 9,000 views in 2 days? Unless they're buying views. There's no way. There's no way that these people are not buying views. Try to convince you about something. Hmm. 2 days. 18 subscribers? How you got 18 subscribers and you got 3,000 views in 2 days? We got 17,000 subscribers. And we get hundreds of views in a day. We're not anybody. We're not using views as some type of credibility thing or nothing like that. F of you. But the numbers are kind of skewed. That somebody with 18 subscribers is going to have 9,000 views in 2 days? Tell me these people aren't sent.
And this was his quote. My client is not a Negro. There is a crime to be a Negro. No crime to be born with black skin. But my client is not a Negro. His skin may not be as white as ours, but I say he is not a Negro. Though he may be a Moor, Mr. Lincoln interrupted Judge Davis, sacredly able to restrain his smile. You mean more, not more. Well, Your Honor, more, not C.H. Moore, replied Mr. Lincoln, with a sweep of his long arm towards the table where Moore and I sat. I say my client may be a Moor, but he is not a Negro. I mean, it really ain't hard to see this, man. That even in their law, see, that's why I say the Moors, they always want to tell you, do you know the codes? Do you know the penal codes? Do you know the legislation? Do you know? Which that don't even fucking matter. We wasting our time on some bullshit. See, that don't matter. All that shit we do is all in vain until we ready to stand up and live for our shit. Let me say it that way. So they harp on that. They harp on that shit about the laws and learning it, but obviously they ain't learned the basic shit that you need to learn the language and what it means in the law. See, they saying, hey, you know, you're legally dead to be black and all that. Shut that fucking shit up. Do you know in the law that you're talking about, you're not looked at as no more, and there's nothing you can fucking do about it. See, because they know that you're not no more. You can do all that twisting and turning in the seats, pulling all them fucking law books out and all that shit. That's not gonna make you what you're not.
No. We'll just do it this way instead. We'll just do it this way instead. Just do it this way. Because I know it's hard to actually accept. I know it's hard to accept. It's hard to fathom that some black people can get certain things done. It's hard to fathom. Right? It's very hard.
Canaanland Moors
It's very
present.
hard to get. It's very hard to accept. Right? It's hard to accept that after all this whipping and chains and all this stuff, right? Some black guys decided to say, we're not black, we're Moors. Amongst where all the murdering and the killing and stuff is happening and all that stuff where people are complaining about, right? More doesn't work. This is more doesn't work.
This policy enforcer is actually assisting. A neighbor called. He said one of this policy.
Who's the owner of the vehicle? Right here. Okay. This is the option I can offer.
Oh, so before that, so he comes out, you know what I mean? Who's the owner of the vehicle? You hear any complaining about, oh, it's not a vehicle, it's a conveyance and all that BS? You hear any argument? No, none of that. That doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. The hell does that matter? Driver and all this stuff. People trying to trick you into thinking, oh, because the driver, the traveler, and you want the vehicle, you want the conveyance. Okay, well, here's the highwayman. Here's their guy. Here's their head guy coming out to the Moors. talking about the vehicle. Not talking about the conveyance, talking about the vehicle. Not talking about the conveyance. Not talking about the mode of travel, because I'm a traveler, so no, the vehicle.
Officer, I look at the totality of the circumstances. We can waive the fees and release your car. Everyone else needs to wait inside while you want to deal with the tow.
We can waive the fees and release your car. Not release their conveyance. Not release their mode of operation, because the commercial jurisdiction, the private and the public, and the UCC1, they own the property because of PPSA and none of that. Oh yeah, who's the owner of the vehicle over here? Yeah, I'm right here. Okay, well, we got your car outside, right? Because you were driving, all that stuff. The car you were driving that you drove here, a motor vehicle that you drove here. We're going to waive the fees, and you just go take your stuff. Sorry about that. And then, just like we were saying, right? Right? So because we don't buy views, right? Remember, we got 17,000 subscribers, not 18. We have 17,000, and this dealing with, none of these Moorish whoever is gonna pull up some Moorish stuff today and try to convince you that you need that to be a Moor. They're lying to you. This only has 1,000. There's 17,000 subscribers though, but it's only 1,000. Then the other guy has 9,000, and he has 18 subscribers. You don't see the game's rigged? Debating Moors? You can't debate Moors. How are you debating Moors? You don't have a position to debate from. Let me shut up, let the Moors talk, because you just sit here and play this all day. Fucking
Okay. So, that's fine? Yeah. So,
Listen, man, we leaving the toll place. The Moors' car got towed. We went up there deep as a state body.
Right? And as deep as a state body. There's no private trust of the whatever. No, just state body. We're our own state. What state you talking about? You thought line drawn on the map state? Oh no, that's not the state. Mind is also a state. Health is a state. So they're in their own state. And because they're Aboriginal and Indigenous, their state is bigger than anybody who's claiming that they got a state. Why? Because they're a group of Moors who live in a jurisdiction, and they said, we're Moors, we're not black guys. So they get to go up to the toll spot, have an interaction with this foreign, modern, European devil and all that stuff. And the devil's going to come out with the horns and the pitchfork and stuff like that. The devil's going to come out and say, oh yeah, you could just go back to heaven. Sorry about that. We didn't mean to bring your soul down here. And then you saw the Moor get took away by the devil. And then the devil released the Moors, and then you're looking at the Moors debating something. What are you debating right now? What are you debating that this Moor stuff doesn't work? What are you bringing up? Anything you bring up, we're gonna play this. This is our defense now. This is our defense now. Anything you bring up about the Moors, we're just going to play this. We don't hear anything from you people. Especially you Negro, black, colored, conscious, whoever, who think that because you got some Bitcoin account, you're somebody. People are full of BS. They know what the deal is. They ain't telling you. Well, we'll let you know what the deal is. And this is not something those Moors over there. They didn't say we're Moors over here. They said state. Anybody who's in the jurisdiction of state and know what that exactly means for Moors, this is what it's about. This is what it's about. This is not about anything that anybody else is claiming. This is called body politic. This is called, Noble Drew Ali said, you are a nation. Moors are being a nation. This is not acting. This is not by views. Tell me about, I need something from somebody to be who I am because those guys said that they studied something. I don't give a hell what you studied. Why is it 500? How come these Moors didn't tell you 500 for you to see this? To see this example of what it means to be a Moor in your own land with a body politic. That there's nothing to debate. Nothing to sit at no tables and put up stuff and debate anything. We're Moors. You want to be free? Be a Moor. You don't want to be free? Then be everything else. Not except a Moor. No problem. Do your thing. I mean, this is where we're at with it as Moors. I don't know what sovereign citizen, whatever you people are talking about. I don't know anything that you're talking about. Especially Moors who talk crazy. How is it that these Moors went up to the spot where the car is held by the highwaymen, and the highwaymen gave them back their stuff? Why you do that for? Because they don't know who the Moors are? Remember, this is your God. This is your God, the modern European, who you people have hanging on the wall and stuff like that. So,
This policy enforcer is actually assisting a neighbor called. He said one of this policy.
Who's the owner of the vehicle? Right here. Okay. This is the option I can offer. I talked to the officer. I look at the totality of the circumstances. We can waive the fees and release your car. Everyone else needs to wait inside while you want to deal with the tow.
why? Why are they going to? Well, they don't do that for every Moor. They don't. But what's that have to do with? What's that have to do with anything? What does the things that we don't understand have to do with where we're going? I really don't know why that Moor got kidnapped, got 30 years, got beat up, I really don't know why. All I know is these Moors, they gave them their stuff back. And waived the fees. I'll be over here. See what these Moors are about, and Moors who are doing it on this level. These are the Moors I'm looking at, are somebody. Moors who are doing stuff like this. Being themselves. You know, secret chamber of the Moorish, whatever, and then you gotta give your 9 million to get in, and once you get in, then we're gonna bring you up in stages into the... No, this is people's birthright. You think this youth man that's here, because he doesn't have a fez on, he doesn't know what's up? Think he's going to be around? You think this youth man who's in this thing right now, front row, seeing this, you think this is not changing his whole mind frame as to who he is in relation to these people? Who he's seeing on the news, they're talking about murder, no, they can't do that and all that stuff. And then he's coming over here and he's like, hold on a second. How come nobody's not getting shot up in here? How come it's not the stuff that happens on TV? How come my heart was just beating crazy because we're in the police station and stuff like that, and I know how these people do it. I seen it on the news, and they killed a gardener, and they killed him, and they killed her, and they because they're black, and then we're. Hold on a second. What you mean? I don't even know what fees are. What do you mean you give the car back? Last week when Uncle John got pulled over, whatever like that, they took his stuff. He had to pay $5,000 to get out. They just went up there and they just gave him the stuff back, and you're not looking at this thing like, hold on a second. They gave them the stuff back. You're not looking at it like that? You're like, oh, the Moors is the Islamic thing. I don't want to be Islamic. I'm not a Moor. Because the Moors enslaved the Africans on the coast of, and the Moors in Timbuktu, and the Moors did this, and they love European women so much. The Moors created all these half-breed children in the world because the Moors love the European women. And these sovereign citizen paper terrorists, domestic terrorists, because they exercise Second Amendment, and we don't like that because no, this is what nationality and birthrights looks like. This is not terrorist stuff. How come they didn't tell them about terrorists and all that? How come they didn't tell them they're domestic terrorists? We're not giving you the car back because you're going to go use this car for some domestic terrorism. People out there who say Moors are domestic terrorists because they exercise rights. How come these Moors exercise their right and they gave them the stuff back and waived the fees, and you're not questioning anything? We're just going to keep asking, how come you're not questioning? How come you're not questioning? How come you're going to go to Mason black guys and all that stuff, lawyer guys? And these Moors, when the stuff got towed, they went from there to the place, and they gave the stuff back. If that was a black guy, wouldn't all these people be arrested and all that stuff? There's some type of fees to pay, complaining, to the point where they made a show about it. People go in to try to get their car back from the impound. There's a show. You really don't think that more is where it's about being at? You really think it's about being somewhere else right now? If you really think that it's about being somewhere else right now, you're mistaken. You're very mistaken, and I suggest you listen to what some Moors are saying, because anything other than that, you are borderline zombie. You're about to fall off the cliff into the abyss of nothingness, never to be again. And we already know, like Cell, you know what I mean, if you've seen Cell, right? And they had all the people running around this stuff, being the zombies, keeping this thing going. And they had one guy trying to save himself. All these other people, they already threw in the towel. One guy clinging on by a toenail to not get, and you know, it was all for naught because you're already in there playing games with yourself. Nationality, cell, battery, energy. Whose battery are you charging? These Moors are charging their own battery. So they don't have to deal with the other cells that they have to go in and then stuff like that. Because it's not that serious. We're Moors, you're modern Europeans. That's all. There's not supposed to be any interaction with us. Not because you don't want to. Of course you're gonna interact. Hey, how you doing? You know what I mean? We just wanted to talk with the sergeant, you know, because obviously we can't talk to you because you don't know what you're talking about. And sergeant guy comes out from the back. Okay, this is what we could do.
This policy enforcer is actually assisting. So a neighbor called. He said one of this policy.
Who's the owner of the vehicle? Right here. Okay. This is the option I can offer. I talked to the officer. I look at the totality of the circumstances. We can waive the fees and release your car. Everyone else needs to wait inside while you alone deal with the tow. And we'll do the waiver.
Okay.
That's fine.
So that's fine. Yeah. So thank.
Listen, man, we leaving the toll place. The Moore's car got towed. We went up there deep as a state body, got the sergeant. The car is out. The car is out. We enforce the law out here, man. You enforce the law or be square, man. That's how you heal, man. That's what Moore's do. This is Rocco, baby. Feel me? Went up to the tow yard. Went up to the tow yard. Got the car out. You playing no games out here, man. This all land, you feel me? Car out the tow yard. No fees.
Islam. Car out the tow yard. No Matt D. No detain list BS. No UCC 1573 1200 or whatever like that. No nationality card even. Just fezzes and turbans. Just fezzes and turbans? Why? Because some Moors realized, hey, instead of me putting all my energy to these foreigners or whatever, well, we put it to ourselves. That's all they did. No $8,000 for a package, none of that. What'd they do? Oh, what Drew Ali said, be yourself. Just be yourself. No whatever, no nothing. No. Oh, you called the sergeant, so I'm gonna have to speak with your consul of the what? No. Here I am, consul in your face. What do you mean you need to talk to somebody? Who you need to talk to? You don't need to talk to anybody.
This policy enforcer is actually assisting. So a neighbor called.
Okay, so some hater who saw the tags. Some hater saw the tags, already knows what's up. Pfft, these Moors. Sick and tired of these Moors. And you're trying to play like she's Queen Elizabeth or something. She's Queen Isabella. You're going to do something to the Moors. No, you won't. So we're not in Spain anymore. Not in Andalusia anymore. They're in the Moroccan Empire now. So I get your position because you've been perpetrating this position on dumb people who don't know themselves. I get you. But we're not them. We're Moors. Oh, you mean the Morocco? Yeah, we're the Moors. Excuse the incompetence of our officer. Excuse his incompetence for towing something that he doesn't have jurisdiction to even look at. Just because of the tags. The tags alone show you don't have jurisdiction. In their mind, they're going to play vanity plate and all that stuff. Costume plate. That's not what's going on. That's a body politic of Moors. That everybody has that. That's how everybody's stuff looks. Not some made up, went to a store, buy some feathers and feathers and put this on and fluff the feather and pretend that we're some type of... No, this is who they are. And guess what? This is who you are. But you want to be Negro black colored. You want to be Negro black colored, African, and all that other BS. Listening to buying views people instead of listening to the Moors. Listen to Moors. I hear nothing from you people. Nothing.
Canaanland Moors presents Common Sense Quickies. What we do here is we add some common sense thinking to everyday situations or comments that may arise. Want to give it a try? Recently, there have been certain Moors saying that the Moroccan Empire ended in the 1800s. It doesn't exist anymore. Yet in the same breath, they constantly say, we follow what Prophet Noble Jew Ali brought. Here, take a listen and hear for yourself.
That the empire had been abolished. So in context, he said that the empire had been abolished. Maybe I'm using the wrong word, but we have moved on to nation states, in other words. Empires wasn't in existence in the 1836, right? Let me ask you a question. So the point of the matter is, it couldn't apply as it relates to an empire because empires wasn't in existence at that time. The Roman Empire had fell. The Moroccan Empire, gone. The Moroccan Empire, gone. The Moroccan Empire, gone. The dynasty era, gone. We were in nation state era. And this is why the Prophet Noble Jew Ali teaches that this is a new era of time now. Meaning we must do things that's consistent with this new era of time. That's why he keeps saying this is a new era of time. So in reality, it didn't apply to us. It applied to the citizens of Morocco. Period. No matter how we slice the pie, it did not apply to us.
Alright, so let's deal with his first statement about the Moroccan Empire being gone since the 1800s, as well as all empires being gone during the 1800s. Now, as for all the other empires being gone since the 1800s, all we have to do is do a search on the Ottoman Empire, and we find that it came to an end in 1922. So that quells that statement. And for the Moroccan Empire being gone during the time the treaty was produced, technically, I can just show a copy of the 1787 Treaty of Peace and Friendship from the Library of Congress, where in the title of the document it says, Treaty of Peace and Friendship between the United States of America and His Imperial Majesty, the Emperor of Morocco. And the title Emperor meaning the sovereign or supreme monarch of an empire. So clearly the Moroccan Empire was still around in 1787. But that would be far too easy, correct? That would be using too much common sense, correct? Right. We must deal with what Prophet Noble Jew Ali brought, correct? Alright, so let's go to the Holy Quran of the Moor Science Temple of America, divinely prepared by the Noble Prophet Jew Ali. And let's go to chapter 47, section 6, and read what it says. The Moabites from the land of Moab, who received permission from the pharaohs of Egypt to settle and inhabit northwest Africa, they were the founders and are the true possessors of the present Moroccan Empire, with their Canaanite, Hittite, and Amorite brethren who sojourned from the land of Canaan seeking new homes. So according to Prophet Noble Jew Ali, when he prepared the Holy Quran of the Moorish Science Temple of America in the 1920s, he stated the present Moroccan Empire in chapter 47. So doesn't present Moroccan Empire mean it is still in existence, at the very least in the 1920s? So what is this more talking about? That the Moroccan Empire was gone since the 1800s? And then this more tries to imply that when Prophet Noble Jew Ali said, quote, "This is a new era of time now," end quote, the Prophet was talking about the treaty and empire are null and void, and that we must adopt a new way of thinking. Here, take a listen and hear for yourself.
The Moroccan Empire, gone. The dynasty era, gone. We were in nation state era, and this is why the Prophet Noble Jew Ali teaches that this is a new era of time now, meaning we must do things that's consistent with this new era of time. That's why he keeps saying this is a new era of time.
Here's the thing. Where Prophet Noble Jew Ali said, quote, "This is a new era of time now," end quote, the Prophet was speaking about proclaiming your free national name to be recognized by the government in which you live and the nations of the earth. Prophet Noble Jew Ali mentions this in Act 6 of the Divine Constitution of Moorish America. Act 6. With us, all citizens must proclaim their nationality, and we are teaching our people their nationality and their divine creed, that they may know that they are a part and a parcel of this said government, and know that they are not Negroes, colored folks, black people, or Ethiopians, because these names were given to slaves by slaveholders in 1779 and lasted until 1865 during the time of slavery. But this is a new era of time now, and all men now must proclaim their free national name to be recognized by the government in which they live and the nations of the earth. This is the reason why Allah, the great God of the universe, ordained Noble Jew Ali, the Prophet, to redeem his people from their sinful ways. The Moorish Americans are the descendants of the ancient Moabites, whom inhabited the northwestern and southwestern shores of Africa. Now, in Act 6 of our Divine Constitution of Moorish America, do you see anywhere where it is dealing with the Moroccan Empire? Anywhere? The closest comment to mentioning the Moroccan Empire is when the Prophet mentions, quote, "The Moorish Americans are the descendants of the ancient Moabites whom inhabited the northwestern and southwestern shores of Africa," end quote. And that ties directly into chapter 47 of the Holy Quran of the Moorish Science Temple of America, where the Prophet says the present Moroccan Empire. So, in Noble Jew Ali's own words, the Moroccan Empire is still present. Oh, and for those more saying that Canada and the United States are separate jurisdictions, and that Canaanland Moors are from Canada and don't know anything about U.S. law, read Articles of Confederation from November 15th, 1777, ratified March 1st, 1781. Article 11 states, Canada acceding to this confederation and enjoining in the measures of the United States shall be admitted into and entitled to all the advantages of this union, but no other colony shall be admitted into the same unless such admission be agreed to by 9 states. So Canada is a part of the United States, and studying quote-unquote United States law pertains to Canada. Common sense was made before book sense.
Common sense was made before book sense. Common sense was before book sense. I don't care what they're telling you. I don't care what they're telling you. We're Moors. And all that stuff that they're telling you, tell them to pull up some stuff like this for
Policy
you.
enforcer is actually assisting. So a neighbor called. He said one of his policy.
Who's the owner of the vehicle? Right here. Okay. This is the option I can offer. I talk to the officer, I look at the totality of the circumstances, we can waive the fees and release your car. Everyone else needs to wait inside while you want to deal with the tow. And we'll all agree to waive it.
You just show no DOA and all that stuff, and you demanding them. Well, I need your badge number, and I don't. None of that. Just none of that. Easy peasy. Slide in there as Moors. Yeah, we're here Moors for this. Speaker Sergeant. Deal with the authority. Gives you an offer. Offer sounds good. In your favor. Accept the offer. And you go about your business. What's that? Diplomatic relations. Because remember, it's always diversity of citizenship. So this happening is actually not the lawyer and whatever interaction, or the head of the whatever interaction. They have set up some organization in order to interact with them to get the finance to build the community center. None of that. Big difference. This is nationhood. This is not organization, Moorish Science Temple did something. This is not that. This is not a Moorish group over here doing something. This is what government looks like when you deal with people of diverse citizenry.
Okay. So, that's fine? Yeah. So,
Listen, man, we leaving the toll place. The Moors' car got towed. We went up there deep as a state body, got the sergeant. The car is out. The car is out. We enforce the law out here, man. You enforce the law or be square, man. That's how you hell, man. That's what Moors do. This is the rock go, baby. Feel me? Went up to the tow yard. Went up to the tow yard. Listen, man, we leaving the toll place. The Moors' car got towed. We went up there deep as a state body, got the sergeant. The car is out. The car is out. We enforce the law out here, man. You enforce the law or be square, man. That's how you hell, man. That's what Moors do. This is the rock go, baby. Feel me? Went up to the tow yard. Went up to the tow yard. Got the car out.
Right. And then this would be the thing where you go and have the parade and stuff like that right after the thing. Not just parading down the street for no damn reason. It's not some victory or whatever. It's not a victory. This is what it is when they deal with Moors. This is what it's supposed to be when they deal with Moors. This is not some personal thing. This is nationhood. Just put whatever national face on this situation. This is how it is every time with them. Only people who doesn't get it like this, doesn't get this treatment, are the Negro black colored people who want to keep playing that they're Negro black colored and listening to everybody tell them and convince them that they're everything except Moors. They're aliens from other planets, but they're not Moors. But then Star Trek is going to have the Moors coming out with the turban and all that stuff walking through a portal. As if the Moors is just some earthly human thing. So our people are behind the curve, but they're going into oncoming traffic. We suggest you turn your car around and start driving in the direction of the traffic, or you're not making it to wherever you think you're going. Because you don't know a thing coming around the corner. There's a Mack truck, and a bicycle. And like we keep saying, and we keep putting it on the record, everyone is not going to be saved. So we're not here for everybody. You one or five or three who say, oh wow, that's interesting. I've been thinking about that and all that stuff. Yeah, you. Now find some Moors who are doing good where you're at and help them do some more good. Even if it's only just for your posterity and your generations. At least so they know that they have a nationality and birthrights. And they have a culture that walk into the highwayman stuff and get your stuff back. Because diversity of citizenship. They don't have jurisdiction. That's all. No Matt D needed. You don't need Matt D for that. If you go as a body politic, how can they say no? 1,000 people show up at the door. Hi, how you doing? Just here to get all the temples back that you guys took. Time for you guys to go back to Europe. No, just the boat's already there. You guys just gotta go back where you came from. Leave everything. Thanks for building everything up for us, keeping things running how they're supposed to. But that ain't happening. Our people playing Negroes, blacks and coloreds, and we know they're gonna play Negro, black, colored every day, all day. That's why Moors don't do. Forget whatever. The Moors are their brother and sister, and they gotta make deals with the European. No, they know that it's diversity of citizenship. We don't know them like that. We don't know these Europeans. You're sergeant? Oh, that means you're the one who runs the spot. So, okay, well, this is what's going down. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So, what are we doing? Hold on a second, I'll be right back. Okay, this is the offer. All right, so letting you know. Honors to all the Moors worldwide. Honors to the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Stay active, Moors. You know, it's happening. It's happening. You're being able to witness it with your own eyes. Honors to all the Moors worldwide. Peace and love to all Moors. Honors to all the mothers.